Hello, welcome back to Hawks Tarot. Today I'm actually going to do something pretty interesting. We're going to talk about the new moon, and then I'm going to do an all signs for what we should look at manifesting per sign. So the new moon is a great opportunity for you to reflect, to clear your space, to charge your crystals if you're someone that uses crystals, for you to take a look at where you are, reflect on the goals that you've previously set and where you are in achieving those goals, allowing yourself to really invite in abundance, invite in the things that you want to bring into your life. And so the new moon manifestations are just a wonderful opportunity for most people. So if you do have the option, today is the new moon. So it's September 25th where I am, and it's a Sunday. And so today is the new moon in Libra. And if we think about that for a second, Libra is about balance, right? So maybe there's some things that you feel are imbalanced in your life right now, and you need to clear the clutter, release a few things, and allow for the things that you want to come into your life. And a lot of times that's about being in the right mindset to allow those things to come in for you. So it's very important all throughout the year, not just on the new moon, but to be grateful and to think about the things that you're already very blessed and very grateful in your life to have, even if it is your mindset, or even if it's your health or your family or whatever you're grateful for. I want you to take a moment for yourselves. Now, there's a lot of new moon rituals that people talk about, but I like for my collective as well as my clients and my patients to focus on something that is customized for yourself. So, following someone else's rituals isn't necessarily going to manifest what you want, right? So, we have to create what that space for what we want. And part of that's going to be, speaking in the positive aspect. So instead of downing for what you don't have, live your life the way that you want and live your life in a way that makes you already feel whole and allows for you to continuously have these new blessings come in. And today is a great opportunity for you guys to kind of set some goals. And what I typically do for my new moon, I do charge crystals if there's any that I've used over the last month, really, but over the last 2 weeks especially. If I've used them with clients or patients, I will recharge my crystals and things like that. But a lot of the stuff that I do is actually in a positive mindset. I will write down what I'm grateful for, and I will write down what I'm manifesting into my life. I set some short-term and some long-term goals surrounding what I want. And I often like to, so I keep a journal for anything that I need to, but I often like to make sure that I'm stating these things in a way to where I'm behaving in a manner that as if I already have these things in my life, right? Because it's easy and simple for us to invite the things in that we already feel comfortable with. And so I love setting goals. I'm someone who loves to write things down, make lists, set goals. Anyway, I'm already like that. But when it comes to the new moon manifestations and rituals, I like to do journaling. And often I'll light a candle and I'll state my manifestations and my goals out loud. It's a great time to be in nature as well. So if you wanted to take a walk in nature and just speak out loud about what you're grateful for and about what you want to bring into your life, and, really allowing yourself to speak your truth can also help you release things that cycle hasn't been closed out yet. So Another great way to focus on a new moon ritual or create a new moon ritual for yourself is to focus on self-care. So there's a lot of people that on a new moon, they'll take a bath, right? Washing away the old, allowing in the space for what you want to come in, giving yourself that love and that compassion that's going to actually allow you to manifest these things, right? If you're in a negative mindset, please take the time to reflect on some of those things so that you can release some of those energies that don't serve you. Now, normally I do a lot of my releasing on full moons, but you can still use the new moon as a way of releasing so that you can clear space to bring in what you want. So what I would like for all of my collective to do is to come up with something that is a little new moon ritual for you so that you can focus on new moon manifestations. If you have time to do it today, that would be great. Today is the new moon. However, anytime in the days before, the days after the new moon, you can still take that time for yourself to reflect and to allow yourself to look at what do I want. Another great way to do this, especially on a new moon, is actually to clean your space. So maybe there's been an area of your home that you've been wanting to actually declutter and clean up. That may be actually an area of your house that has stagnation and energy. And so you finally taking the time to do that, to clean your space and to reorganize what you already have in your life is a great way for there to be that space to allow in new things. So in today's video, I'm going to actually go per sign, Aries through Pisces. I'm going to pull a couple cards and I'm going to see if there's anything that pops out for what each sign should look at for their new moon manifestations. And I'm going to use two different decks. I'm going to use the Angel card deck, big, beautiful deck. I'm also going to use, this is one of my older decks. I don't use it as often, but I love it. I've had it for years. It's the Osho Zen Tarot. So, as an example, before I get started, just to give you guys a couple ideas while you're journaling, how you state things, how you think about things, that all makes a difference in whether or not you're actually in the right place energetically to manifest this in your life. So if you're trying to manifest love, I want you to think about your partner as if they're already in your life, and this is what your life looks like with this person. I want you to feel loved and feel able to give love before trying to bring in somebody else. If you say something like, why doesn't so-and-so communicate with me better? That is not going to manifest something beautiful communicatively that you want, right? That's actually stating to the universe that your partner doesn't communicate with you properly. So are they going to make sure that that partner communicates with you, or are they just going to be like, oh yeah, you're right, they don't, and leave it at that, right? So if you're in that kind of state, you could say something along the lines of, my partner communicates well with me and is emotionally available. They are balanced. I allow a flow of love in and out. I am love. Right? So, state it in a positive way that's going to allow you to actually attract that into your life, because it's a resonance that you're already within. We attract the energy that we're at. So if we're already in a state of emotional fulfillment, a state of love, a state of peace, a state of joy, a state of, appreciation and gratitude, then we're going to attract that. If we're, same thing with money, right? If we're already feeling a state of abundance and we allow this flow of wealth and health and happiness, and we don't have that lack mentality that focuses on what we need, right? Being in a state of abundance is knowing that it's going to come in, knowing that it continuously comes in and it flows easily to you. Not self-sabotaging yourself by being in a state of lack, being in a poverty mentality. So if you want to attract wealth and any sort of financial stability, you have to feel safe and secure in your path. You have to allow that to come in. You have to know that you have everything you need, and the universe brings you everything you need. I often will say to the universe that the universe knows exactly how much money I need to be able to continually be my best and help as many people as possible. And that's a lot different than the mindset I had when I felt like I was financially struggling. So I want you to take a look at some of those things for yourself, and you can journal about that too, right? Just reflect on some of your own mindset and then rephrase it in a positive way. Write it out, say it out loud. Do something for yourself that makes you feel joy. Clean your space, charge your crystals, sing, dance, do something artistic. The new moon has many different possibilities for each person. So that's why I want you guys to customize this for yourselves, okay? Look at how you want to manifest, what you want to manifest, and then live it as if it's already there, and make sure that your thoughts as well as words match with that in a positive way of, this is something that I continuously allow to flow into my life easily. And I also resonate with this energy, and I also put off this energy. All right, so we're going to go into the all signs for new moon manifestation. And like I said, we're going to be Aries through Pisces. So we're going to start with Aries, and we're going to start with the Osho Zen Tarot deck. What is my Aries? What does Aries need to see for their new moon manifestation? What should Aries manifest? What does Aries need to see for new moon manifestation? What does Aries need to see for new moon manifestation? What about my Aries for new moon manifestation? Turning in. This is symbolic of the fours in Tarot, no matter what suit you're looking at. But the fours in Tarot can often be turning in, right? Focusing on self. So Aries, I'm going to go back to that self-love aspect. Go in and reflect. Make sure that your thoughts match what you're manifesting. Don't sabotage yourself. Take time for yourself. Go within, Aries. Reflect. Adjust mindset where needed to truly manifest and bring in what you want. Also sharing. So part of the four, like with the Four of Pentacles and stuff like that, and it's a level of, the Four of Pentacles can often represent the miser as well, right? Not sharing enough, holding on to what you have because you have that lack mentality. So really go in and look at your thoughts. So look at what you need to do to take care of yourself, change your mindset to a more positive mindset, And as you're writing down your intentions, Aries, I want you to focus on not only having that positive mindset, but knowing when you should share with others versus when you do need that time for yourself. But please make sure, Aries, that you're not living a lack mentality. What I just got from this, Aries, is that you may be living that lack mentality, that poverty mindset. So you're burning yourself out, you're working very hard, but the way that you're thinking about it is not going to attract that abundance. It's going to continue to give you that thought process of hold on to what you have because you're working really hard to bring in new stuff and you've got to burn yourself out to try to create this level of abundance. But that's the opposite thought process of what's going to bring you that abundance. So live an abundant lifestyle and an abundant mindset. Go within, practice some self-care. Know that you don't have to burn yourself out and work 14-hour days and never take a break and hold on to everything you have because you can't share it with anyone because you're not where you want to be yet. Let me remind you, Aries, everything you put out there comes back tenfold. So go within, look at your mindset versus what you're trying to manifest. Also look at where you've held yourself back that may have actually sabotaged what you're trying to manifest. Bottom of the deck for you, Aries, on your new moon manifestation is creativity. Work smarter, not harder. And I'm going to get one here for you as well with the angel deck, Aries. What does my Aries need to see for their new moon manifestations? What does Aries need to see? The Five of Water. Yeah, so you've been a little depressed. You've been focusing on the negative things, and that's not going to manifest what you deserve and what you truly want. So go within, reflect, change your mindset surrounding what you've been trying to manifest. Don't just live this poverty mindset where you constantly feel like you're never enough, you'll never have enough, because that is this Five of Water energy. Nobody likes me. I'm going to work hard the rest of my life. Is that what you're trying to manifest, Aries? Okay, Aries. So for you, the big thing was the mindset. Go in, look at how you feel versus what you're trying to manifest. Reflect and readjust your statements and your thought processes to actually align with your manifestations. That's what you should work on, Aries. All right, we're going to move into Taurus. I'm just shuffling the decks a little bit here. I hope you guys like this topic. If you haven't checked out your shadow work with the shadow work video that I did, please go check that one out as well. It's going to still apply until we learn the lesson anyway, right? So whenever the message reaches you, whenever you find some of these videos, that's when you're meant to see it, meant to hear it. That's when you'll be able to receive it, right? The universe isn't going to bring you something that you're not in a place to receive. Unless it's a lesson and a test to be like, hey, are you ready yet? All right, Taurus. Got that one shuffled. Let's start with Osho. For Taurus's new moon manifestation. What does Taurus need to see for their new moon manifestations for their highest good? Show me what Taurus needs to see for new moon manifestations. Show me what Taurus needs to see. Okay. Awareness, which is the 7. And ripeness, which is the 9. So Taurus, couple things. Make sure you're not blocking yourself, saying that you're not ready for something and kind of running away from your blessings. If you've put the work in and you're grateful and you have a positive mindset and you are showing other people how you want to be treated, you're telling the universe how grateful you are for what you have, you're talking to the universe about all of the wonderful things that you're going to continue to allow to flow into your life. Great. That's what we want to do. If you are blinding yourself or running away from your blessings or not seeing what's right in front of you, maybe there's an opportunity for you, Taurus, that you've been thinking about, you've been wanting, but you've been kind of blocking yourself from, not seeing it, pretending like it's not the right time yet. Ripeness. So look at what you are ready for. Know what you're not ready for, right? That's a level of awareness too. If we know we still have healing to do on something and we haven't taken the time to heal it yet, and we're telling ourselves we're ready for something, why hasn't the universe brought this to me? I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. Are you? Look at your mindset. Look at where you are. Look at what you've healed. Be aware of the good and the bad, right? What do we still need to heal versus what are we ready for? What are we holding ourselves back from that we truly are ripe and ready for? Ready for the picking. That's what this card, I just think of that when I see this card, ready for the picking. So Taurus, I think that there's a few things that you're holding yourself back from. So I want you to reflect on that and write down what you want. Write down what you're bringing in with this cycle. There's certain things that you've been wanting that you have been holding yourself back from, but the universe is trying to tell you you're ready for this. Make sure your mindset and your energy is in a place to receive it. There's other things, Taurus, that you may be trying to go for that the universe is trying to say, this is not for you. Be aware of, is this what you really want? State what you really want. And that when the time is ready, it will come in. When you're ready, it will come in, right? We're attracting the energy we're at. Act while the fire's hot, kind of thing, right? So there are certain things that you just need to make sure you go for. Bottom of the deck is courage. So I want you to look at what and underneath that was the Fool. So courage. That flower is literally growing out of stone. Talk about courage, right? And the Fool, taking that leap of faith. So Taurus, for you, for your new moon manifestations, I want you to write, think about, reflect on where your mindset is, where your energy actually is, what energy you're putting out there. Are you sabotaging something that you actually are ready for, but because of the way that you're thinking about it or because of the way you're holding yourself back, it's not coming yet? So think about that as one side of it. Other side of it, Taurus, are you thinking you're ready for something because you're ignoring some of the healing that you had to do? And the universe is trying to tell you, like, we're going to bring this in when you are ready. So just keep preparing yourself. So set some of those goals and make sure that your mindset matches. All right, Taurus, let's get one from the angel deck. Angel deck for Taurus. New moon manifestations for Taurus. What does Taurus need to see for new moon manifestation? New moon manifestation for Taurus. Show me, please. New moon manifestation for Taurus. New moon manifestation. Oh, there we are. Six of water. So that can be family, that can be childhood friends, memories from history and childhood, and the Queen of Water in reverse. So Taurus, I have to say this part, and this might be even some of the shadow work related, but when it comes to what you need to see for your new moon manifestation, I still have to say it, because if you haven't healed from this, then that might be what's actually blocking you when you think you're ready, but you're not yet, because the universe is trying to remind you still have to heal from this before we bring this blessing in. If there was a Queen of Water type energy, and the Queen of Water came out in reverse, so there may have been someone in your childhood, in your past, in your family. It could have been a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. But it could have been a mother. It could have been an aunt, maybe an older female figure. But there was someone that you expected to receive love from, that you expected to be able to have this beautiful, loving, caring relationship with, and they may have been really cold to you. And you're remembering some of this childhood trauma about someone that we thought was going to love us, or someone that was maybe really loving to other people in your family, but not you. Or you may be having an issue with a mother, grandmother, aunt, female friend from childhood. You may be having an issue with someone right now that you haven't healed from yet. But this, with the Six of Water being here, more signifies something in the past. Maybe your mother left when you were younger. Maybe you were never able to connect with this female caregiver in the way that you wanted to, and you're holding on to that. Some of that is actually stopping you from manifesting these things that you want. So I want you to reflect on that and go within, Taurus, because there may be a couple things that you're like not realizing you're still holding on to, or maybe some of your ideals and the way that you act and the way that you've created your life is still in a level of protection from what you didn't receive from this person. So that's one message that I got for that right away. As far as new moon manifestations go, this could also speak about making sure you don't give too much. Don't overgive. Don't lower your worth to give all of your love to somebody else and then not fill yourself back up, Taurus. I'm also getting that for you. So take a look at that when you write down some of your manifestations, and when you write down some of your goals, and when you're reflecting today and tonight. All right, we're moving on to Gemini. All right, Geminis, what do we need to work on? What do we need to work on, Geminis? Okay, let's shuffle this one. Geminis, I know with Mars being, when Mars was in Gemini, so Mars is in Gemini, and that created a lot of issues for us and frustrations for us, and struggles and fighting and just not having enough fucks to give with certain people and certain things, and that can be great to allow us to know that we're standing our ground and that we know our worth, and that but it can be hard as well because a lot of things are going to frustrate us and it's going to be hard to stay feeling balanced. So now with the new moon in Libra, we're refocusing on balance. So even though Mars is in Gemini still, and we're still going to deal with some of these frustrations, today is a great time, Gemini, to take a look at what has been frustrating me. What do I actually need to balance in my life? Right? It's not going to happen overnight, Gemini. Know that alignment takes time. So you just keep focusing on healing yourself, knowing that the energy that you put out is peaceful, kind, and compassionate and strong, but also that the energy that you're willing to receive is that as well. I am love. I am blessed. I am grateful. I speak my truth. All right, Gemini. Okay, so starting with Osho Zen. Show me what Gemini needs to see for her new moon, her or his. Show me what Gemini needs to see for new moon manifestations. Gemini, new moon manifestations. Gemini, new moon manifestations. Okay. We got conditioning. I get a lot off of this card. And stress. Gemini, I think some of the things that you're stressing out about are actually issues that you're holding on to because of the way that you were conditioned in youth to think and feel. Maybe you were conditioned to think that you have to be everything for everyone. Maybe you were conditioned to think that you have to take on burdens from other people. Maybe you were conditioned to think that you have to please others. Maybe you were conditioned to always fight. And by that, I mean survival aspects. Maybe you were conditioned in a survival standpoint. But things have calmed down from that, hopefully, for you, Gemini. Hopefully, you're not still in that fight or flight, consistent feeling of not feeling safe, a feeling like you always have to have your guard up, or feeling like you always have to, that you're on your own all the time, that kind of thing. I want you to think about the stress that actually causes in your life. So Gemini, the big message here is conditioning and stress. So I want you to reflect on that. And when you look and when you're writing down what you want to bring into your life, are there certain behavioral things that are conditioned within you because of how you were raised or because of past traumas? Are there certain things you're taking on and stressing yourself out over that actually don't even really apply anymore to your life, but you've held on to them? Or are you, because of your level of strength, because of the way that you grew up or the way that you have made it this far, Gemini? It's admirable, right? For a lot of the things that many of us have had to overcome. It's incredibly admirable. But those mindsets and those thought processes around always having to struggle, things don't have to be a struggle, Gemini. Maybe one of your manifestations is knowing that you don't have to fight, you don't have to struggle, that what's meant for you comes into your life. Maybe that you are now surrounded by a soul family of wonderful, beautiful, kind, loving people, even if you weren't before. Maybe you can now know that you can let your guard down a little bit and stop stressing over always having to overdo it to try to survive. You've made it. You made it. You made it. So look at some of your thought processes, some of the conditioning inherently that you've had over the years that may make you think, act, or feel certain ways. And then look at healing that so that you can adjust those things so that you actually resonate with what you're trying to bring in. And stop stressing over what you were told you have to be, have to do, have to think this way, feel this way. No, you don't. But you allowed that to condition you, and that's okay. We've all been conditioned by things in our past. That's what makes up who we are, how we are. Then we can allow ourselves to actually recognize that, heal from that, and come from a more balanced place. What also popped out upside down, I just want to mention this, Gemini, the burden in reverse. So maybe something isn't actually your burden to take on, but you've taken it on. You need to drop that shit. Those burdens that you've allowed yourself to take on and not drop based on messed up thought processes that were ingrained within you, that's holding you back. If you want to manifest what you really want, drop the burdens, Gemini. It's not your stress to take on. The outsider in reverse. You're not in this alone. You're not the outsider, Gemini. It's not you against the world. We're all in this together. And that can be hard to feel that way, especially when you've been conditioned to always be a fighter, to always feel like you're on your own. This happens a lot with some of my patients and clients that had to grow up too early. They were taking care of others at a young age. They were taking care of themselves. They didn't feel like they had the support network that they needed, and or a lot of responsibility and aspects of maintaining survival was put on them at a young age. Transformation in the reverse. So this could be a rebirth aspect for yourself. It could. Or it could be that you're not allowing certain cycles to close because of the stress and the conditioning. I talk about this kind of stuff with my patients a lot because when I pick up on certain clues when a patient or a client is talking to me and I can see the inner wound, I can feel the conditioning that they went through to feel and think that way about themselves, about the world. We've got to retrain ourselves so that we can live the life we want, so that we can create the life we want. Recondition yourself, Gemini, for what's most appropriate in the here and now for you, for the life you want, not the life that you were told to live or the life you thought you had to live to survive. The last one was traveling in the reverse as well. This makes me think of the Eight of Wands card in the traditional deck, which typically would be, traveling, fast movement, things like that. But in reverse here, right? So don't be hasty in your conversation with others. Sometimes you need to know that because of your triggering, sometimes you need to know that because of your conditioning, you're actually reacting from a trigger that you didn't realize. When I pop off on somebody, it's actually just proving my own imbalance. So don't be too hasty in some of your conversation with others. Just focus on healing and reconditioning your brain and your heart and your energy centers to respond, to not take on so many burdens, so many other people's burdens, to know that you're enough. That's a big one that's coming through here. To know that you're not in this alone. You're not the outsider. Also, with the traveling in reverse, I also got for you, Gemini, that maybe things aren't moving as quickly as you wanted them to, and you've been wondering, like, why isn't this happening, or something like that. And that's telling me it's because of the conditioning and the stress. So I want you to look at that for yourself. And when you write your manifestations, make sure you write them in a positive mindset that knows that you're actually allowing this to come into your life, that you are ready for it, because you're living that already. All right, let's get one from the angel deck for Gemini. What does the angel deck need to show me for Gemini and their new moon manifestation? Gemini new moon manifestation. 6 of fire, which is 6 of wands, so victory and good news. Coming home from battle, right? Getting that recognition. The whole town's cheering him on for a job well done. Gemini, you've worked very hard to even survive to get to this point in your life. You need to appreciate yourself for that. And don't beat yourself up over the way that you've been, right? We are the way we have to be to survive. And just because you were conditioned to survive in maybe some really fucked up situations and really horrible atmospheres, you got yourself out of that now. So now we need to recondition ourselves for what's current, what's here now. Where are we now? You're not that same person that did that to live, that did that to go overcome this, that did that because of this person. That was all part of your path, but you're allowed to recondition yourself now, rewire the brain so that you think in a way that actually will allow for you to invite what you want in. If you're living in a state of fighting and you feel stressed and you know that you've got to do this, 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 and this to get to here, I think you're fighting yourself. And you're fighting the universe from even bringing in what you truly deserve. You're going to have a victory. You already went through battle. Gemini, come home now. Ride through the town victoriously. Let them see how you've changed and grown. Some people find that hard when, someone kind of has been a certain way for many years in their life when things were rough, and then things start turning around for them because of all the hard work they put into it, because of everything they did to survive. And then they heal from that stuff that they went through. And you see that their mindset changes. You see that the energy coming out of them changes. You see your interactions with that person change. And a lot of people are going to be proud of you for where you are now and everything you've gone through and everything you've survived. So as you're writing your manifestations, as you're thinking about what you're attracting into your life, don't allow previous conditioning to block you. Rewire. Okay, Gemini, that got a little deep on us. Same thing for my Geminis. If you haven't seen the shadow work video yet, you may want to check that one out. So I'm going to move on to Cancer. All right, Cancer. What does Cancer need to see and focus on for the new moon manifestations? New moon manifestations for Cancer. Wow, we had several poppers. So 2 popped out in reverse. It was compromise and morality. So Cancer, don't compromise your morality. If you know something's wrong or not right, or don't lower your worth and your value just to make peace because you fear being alone. For one, and especially if you're looking at family relationships or intimate relationships or friendships, if you're fearing being alone, Cancer, then you're already feeling lonely, aren't you? You need to, we all, not just Cancer, we all need to feel good and enjoy time with ourselves. And that's what the new moon manifestation can do for you, is spending that time with yourself to reflect. Looking at, especially the new moon in Libra, looking at things that have felt imbalanced, looking at things that are not necessarily exactly where you want them to be, and then setting new goals and intentions to allow that energy the way you want it in your life. So don't compromise your morals just to be with somebody or just to not feel alone. So if you're trying to manifest a better relationship with somebody that you don't want this person to leave you, or you want this person to still be a part of your life, but that would mean that you had to compromise your own morals and your own standing and your own values. Don't do that. Don't even manifest that person. If you're coming from a place of not wanting to be alone when you manifest anyway, enjoy your alone time. That self-care, that reflection time, the setting goals and intentions are all about being able to spend time alone and enjoy it. If you need a partner, if you're afraid of being alone and you need a partner, but you know that this person that you're trying to create a better relationship with is immoral, it wants you to lower your worth for them, wants you to give too much, maybe they compare themselves to you, maybe they project their insecurities and their bullshit on you, maybe they're full of sorrow, but yet and they're projecting it on you, you're the one taking it in, you're compromising where you shouldn't. I'll pick that card up now. I was just laughing because I'm looking at the aloneness card and I'm like, man, us Geminis rarely feel alone. Or at least, I mean, I'm sure some people do, but I don't. You can ask any of my friends, I love my alone time. You can ask my family members, I love my alone time. How can we be our best in this lifetime if we don't like ourselves, for one? If we don't spend time reflecting, if we don't spend time to look at what we're grateful for in our lives, what we need to heal still, what we've already healed, appreciating ourselves. Honestly, I do some of my best thinking and some of my best new research ideas and new ideas when I am alone. And for someone that I do a lot in my career and I need that alone time to actually not take on anyone else's energy so that I can hone in for myself. So Cancer, embrace the aloneness, right? Embrace time with yourself. Self-care, Cancer. That's big for your new moon manifestations. Do something for yourself today. And know that over the next couple weeks, you may be asked to compromise your values and your morality. And that's not going to bring you what you want. Focus on, as you do manifest in, focus on whether or not that's something you truly want and something that would truly actually make you happy. There's someone, Cancer, that I think you've been trying to manifest, that either you're projecting your feelings for them on them, or they're projecting their hurt, their pain, their insecurities, their fears, their issues on you. And it's making you kind of compromise where you are because of your fear of being alone. And like I said, this could be a friend, family member, doesn't have to be a lover. Look at that, Cancer. Okay. I split the deck. Trust came out. Totality. If you're manifesting someone, Cancer, or if that's what you're trying to do with this, I want you to think about manifesting the qualities in someone that you want. Don't be too specific as well when you're working on manifestations. You want to be specific and positive mindset, but not in the way of like, I want, Joe Jack. I don't know why the fuck I just said that name. I thought Billy Bob too, but anything. I want Sue. I want, Gloria. I want, this one specific person. If the universe isn't bringing that person to you, there's a reason. You guys are not an energetic match at that time. Maybe you will be, but that's, if you're ever supposed to be together, it's not at that time, or else they would be in your life. If you're trying to manifest someone back, that just because you don't want to be alone, especially with exes, that they weren't supposed to stay in your life. And the universe right now, I think, might be trying to remind you to stand your ground and hold your morals and to not compromise yourself just so you don't feel alone. So if you want to manifest a better relationship with anybody, you want to look at how you react and what you need to heal within yourself. If you want to manifest a love, then look at the characteristics. Look at the type of partner you truly want and what attributes about them that you really appreciate. And then live in that mindset that love is a part of your life. Like, I am respected. Like I mentioned earlier, my partner communicates effectively with me. My partner is kind and compassionate. This is a big one. My partner's emotionally available. Because too often, Cancer, a lot of us are going to project the feelings we have for someone else, and they're not even emotionally available for us or anyone. So I think a lot of this is telling you to go within and look at how you feel about yourself to make sure you're not manifesting something you really aren't going to be happy with. And to make sure that if you do want certain things to come in, that you do it that you write it down, and you write down this intention in a way that is actually going to bring those characteristics and those attributes, not necessarily this person, right? I'm not downplaying any of you on a sense of like what you had with that person or what you want with somebody in particular. But where are you coming from? And be careful what you wish for. You don't have to lower yourself. All right, let's get one from the angel deck for my Cancers. What does my Cancers need to see from the angel deck for new moon manifestations? What does Cancer need to see on this new moon for new moon manifestations for my Cancers. The Star. What did I just say? Be careful what you wish for. Make sure that you're inviting in the things you actually want. Make sure that these manifestations are coming from a healed place, that you're balanced, that you don't lower your worth. The Star. Hopes, wishes, wishing on a star. Be careful what you wish for. Because you just might get it. So this is about making positive, optimistic, long-term plans. It's about being on the right path. So maybe some of those things that you were trying to manifest before, you're realizing that doesn't align with my path. So you're going to redo some of that today on this new moon. Wish upon a star and make positive plans that match your path. Cancer, that was beautiful. I love when things kind of all come together. We're moving on to Leo. All right, Leo. New moon manifestations for Leo. Oh my goodness. Let's shuffle that again. New moon manifestations. What does Leo need to look at for the new moon in Libra? What does Leo need to look at for the new moon in Libra? Which, of course, will be over the next 2 weeks, but the new moon is today. At least where I am. New moon manifestations for Libra. What's Libra? I am losing my mind. I said new moon in Libra, and then I started shuffling for Libra. Unless some of my Leos have Libra in their chart, I'm going to do that again. Leo. What does Leo need to see for the new moon in Libra? What does Leo need to see for the new moon in Libra? What does Leo need to see for new moon manifestations? Consciousness. Anything else? New moon manifestations for Leo. One more? No, it just wants me to stay with consciousness. So maybe, Leo, you haven't actually been taking the time to even go within and reflect. So it's telling you, you're very fiery energy. So maybe you've had a lot going on recently and you haven't really taken the time to reassess your goals, to take a look at what you need to focus on to bring in what you want, because you've just been in the middle of doing it. So Leo, short and sweet for you, I think it's a level of consciousness. Go in and look at what do you actually want, Leo. Reassess where you are. Reflect on where you've been. And then set some intentions for moving forward and spend that time with yourself to really look at what you want. This is also some third eye energy here, you see? So third eye is about seeing clearly, knowing we're on the right path. So I think, Leo, you need to actually just go within and take a look at all of this when it comes to new moon manifestations, because maybe you've been so caught up in everything that's going on around you and what you've got, the day in, day out, that you haven't had that time for yourself to really look at, where am I? What am I grateful for? What have I accomplished? What have I overcome? What do I still need to work on? What do I want? What am I attracting? What is my energy? What am I attracting? And then set those intentions with a positive mindset. Because you see clearly, you're trusting in the path. but maybe you haven't gone to take 5 minutes for yourself to even look at that recently. So Leo, go in and look at it. That's really the message I'm getting for you on that one. See what angel deck has for you, Leo. New moon manifestations for Leo. King of Air. Speak your mind with confidence. So the King of Airs, this is a perfect time because it's new moon in Libra. King of Air, air sign, Libra is King of Air. So someone that is diplomatic and intelligent and intellectual and objective and logical and balanced, right? Libra's all about balance. So I think what you really need to do is now to balance that in order to continue being professional and diplomatic. You need to go within and look at what you're moving towards next. What's coming next for you? Look at your viewpoints, you know. Anything else for my Leo for the new moon? Three of Earth, the power of creativity. This is often with people coming together for a collaboration in work. It could also be friends coming together, but Three of Earth is more about the pinnacles. So a work collaboration, a creativity thing, creating something with other people. So if you haven't been able to come together effectively to create something with a group or a partner or a team, it's because you don't know what you want yet. So if you feel a little scattered and imbalanced and you're not feeling diplomatic, professional, and logical in your speech and in your mind, that's because you didn't go within to even see clearly. You're not using your third eye. So it all goes back to, I want you to take some time, Leo, to reflect and to look at and to actually make intentions with this new moon and see what you want. What are you trying to achieve? Set some goals. Realistic goals. But set some goals, Leo. All right. On to my Virgo. Virgo. What do we have for Virgo for new moon manifestations? New moon manifestations for Virgos. What does Virgo need to look at during the full moon? What does Virgo need to pay attention to for their new moon manifestations? New moon manifestation for Virgo. Right away. Bottom of the deck is breakthrough. So make sure that for all the work that you've done, appreciate what you've already done because it does show abundance. So it does look like you're finally in the mindset, Virgo, to be able to, or maybe you've already been there, but to be able to attract abundance into your life, Virgo. But part of that is living an abundant mindset, right? So if you've been a little unclear recently, or if you've been feeling like you're not getting the universal guidance or the spiritual downloads, or maybe you haven't heard about the deal that you've been waiting to hear about. There's going to be a breakthrough in this, and you have abundance, Virgo. So get out of your head, right? Don't allow the racing thoughts. Know that the abundance is coming in. And as you set your intentions, make sure you speak from a positive place in a clear manner on what you are inviting in. Be willing to receive the abundance that's coming your way. All right, does the angel deck have anything for Virgo? New moon, manifestations, Virgo. What does angel deck want to say to Virgo? Stop fighting it. 5 of fire in the reverse. So get out of your head, because consciousness and silence came out in reverse as well for you, Virgo. So if you're not able to see clearly, it's because you're trying to control too much. It's always how it works with third eye. You got to trust yourself and the path and the plan. You got to know I'm safe, I am secure down in the root. And then you got to be able to see clearly from a level of clear consciousness. So you might be too in your head. You might be trying to control too many things, Virgo. And you have a breakthrough coming in. You have abundance coming in. Quit fighting it. Allow the abundance to come into your life, Virgo. So whatever mindset that may be stopping you from allowing the abundance to come in, take a look at that. And then as you write your intention, change the way you state it to easily allow that flow of abundance. All right. That's what I got for Virgos. I hope everyone just does so well and manifests everything they want in their life. Oh. Interesting the way the universe works. All right, Libra. What does Libra need to see for their new moon in Libra manifestations? So this is going to be powerful for Libras. Right now, this new moon is going to be powerful for you guys. If you're a Libra and you're watching this video and you haven't started to reflect and write down some intentions and some goals and a positive statement, go get your journal, go get a piece of paper and a pen. Start doing it right now. It's a powerful opportunity for you to continue to focus on bringing in all of your abundance and your blessings, while also promoting balance in your life. And you love balance, Libra. So do your intentions. What does Libra need to see for new moon manifestations? Success and beyond illusion. Beyond illusion is the 20 card, which is judgment. And success is the 6 card, which is, in this particular card, is 6 of Wands, the way that this is coming up. But Libra, I was just talking about this is going to be powerful for you. It's the new moon in Libra, so please take advantage of this energy in the atmosphere right now for you. So you already like balance. The new moon brings balance. So if there are things that you are having trouble letting go of and it kind of forces you in that direction, just know it's what's meant for you. It's what's right for you. But what you should focus on in your manifestations is success, victory, recognition, and beyond illusion. Don't fool yourself. Okay? Liberate yourself from the distorted view that sometimes we have, right? So maybe sometimes we start thinking that something isn't what it is. Or maybe sometimes we're living in a state that is an illusion. It's a distortion. It's not what's meant for us, but we're there. We're kind of staying there for a minute. So I want you to liberate yourself to allow this success. Anything you've been telling yourself you can't do, I want you to look at realistically how to bring that in. Because you do have success here coming for you during this new moon. It's going to require you to release some of your own illusions, though. So watch what you're stopping yourself from. Also, if you've been in your head a lot, Libra, about what you think you can't do, if you tell yourself you can't do it, the universe is like, oh, okay, so you don't want it? Okay. All right, cool. They're fine with that. Why wouldn't they be? You told them what you wanted. You told them what you couldn't have. Show the universe you are ready for things by being balanced and whole, not living in an illusion, a distorted view of what reality is, but living moment to moment and being happy in those moments, knowing that victory and success is already in your life and will continue to occur in your life. Get out of the distorted views. Release yourself, liberate yourself, and allow that positive judgment. You may be denying the success before it even happens, right? So when you're writing when you're writing down your intentions and your goals, and you're thinking about what you're trying to invite in, I want you to think about what success you already have. I want you to appreciate the little things and write down some of the little things. Like even if you've had a lot of trouble at work, but you're so grateful for the opportunity, for your coworkers, for the financial stability it's provided, write down what you're grateful for as well. And feel that way. None of this is fake. If you feel that way, you are allowing yourself to invite in new blessings. So enjoy the moment, liberate yourself from the restrictions you've put on yourself, from the delusions you've allowed yourself to fall prey to, and allow that success to come in. Feel successful. Feel recognized for your talents too. All right, what does Angel Deck have to say to Libra? Libra, new moon manifestations. What does Libra need to see? Queen of Fire, and she flew across the room. But that confidence, right? Feel the success. Know that you're already there so that the universe knows that you're already resonating with that energy level, and they have no problem bringing it right to your doorstep because you're living that mindset already. You already feel successful. Let me get her. So, of course, with allowing yourself to drop the illusions, allowing yourself to look at the mindset that you have around what you already have achieved, as well as what you want to come in, know that you're successful and know that you have continued success coming your way. But it seems like you need to liberate yourself from some of the illusions that have been holding you back from the next level of recognition and success. So be confident. Queen of Fire is also very sexy. So if you're manifesting anything around that, sexiness is a level of exuding that confidence. That's why Queen of Fire is so sexy. So when you feel good about yourself, when you drop some of the illusions, going back to that, beyond the illusion and living moment to moment and having that success, are you telling yourself you're not beautiful, Libra? You better quit it. Quit it. You're beautiful. You are amazing. Why are you lying to yourself and telling yourself you're not good enough? If you're over here writing down intentions on like, I want to lose 100 pounds. I want my cup size to go up by 2 sizes. I want to get rid of all of my cellulite. Does that sound like distorted energy and an illusion? Or does that sound like something the universe is going to bring you in a manifestation? So when you write things like that, you're telling the universe that you don't already appreciate what you do have. You don't see the beauty in yourself yet. Sexiness comes from seeing the beauty in yourself and being confident. You walk the walk. You talk the talk. So yeah, maybe getting a haircut, getting your nails done, buying a new outfit, that can all help you feel sexier. But if you don't exude that sexy confidence from here out, well, technically it's from here out. If you don't exude that already in your energy, then the universe is not going to be like, well, we're going to bring these distorted, delusional wishes in for this person. So manifest appropriately, Libra. I don't know who needed to hear that. Somebody did. Somebody is absolutely hands down gorgeous, but doesn't see it in themselves. And so they keep trying to manifest a higher level of beauty that they already possess, but they don't see it and or live it or feel that energy. So maybe some of the things you need to write down, Libra, are some of the things you do find beautiful about yourself. Some of the things that you know are wonderful about you. Be confident. You got victory coming in. Release the illusions. All right, Scorpio. Scorpio, what have we here for your new moon manifestations? Scorpio. Oh, Scorpio. New moon manifestations for Scorpio. Okay, so right away came out We Are the World, which is the 10 card. What is that, Wheel of Fortune? I believe. Yeah. Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune Destiny card is the 10 card. So We Are the World. So make sure that you are allowing these blessings to come in, Scorpio. Celebrate with friends, right? Feel joy. Feel love, the Lover's card. Make a choice to include yourself in your life, how that's going to go, and in the other people's lives that you care about. So include yourself, right? With the Outsider card coming in. For one, I think that kid could slip through them bars. For two, I tried to climb a gate once and the stool I was standing on was wet and it had the tops like that. And I totally spiked my hand. So I wouldn't recommend climbing over the fence, but don't leave yourself on the outside for no reason. Go get some cutters and just go on in and join the party, right? Bring some of that love and that celebration back into your life. So maybe some of the things that you want to manifest or some of the things that you should think about manifesting, Scorpio, have to do with, you're ready to let the wheel turn on your destiny. You're ready to actually, because ripeness came out too. So you're ripe, you're ready, you're good on your own, you're ready to actually be able to make a choice in love, to actually be able to stop standing on the outside, to come out of that mindset that you're alone. You're ready to enjoy yourself and move forward and allow these celebrations into your life. But maybe some of the things you're trying to manifest, you're stopping yourself from with this outsider mentality and with clinging to the past. This has come up several times when I've done Scorpio readings recently. Scorpio, if you're trying to manifest love, friendship, celebrations, if you're trying to let the wheel turn, you have to know you're ready for it. You have to know you're ready to let go of the past hurt, the past heartbreaks. You're not standing on the outside if you don't want to. If you want to stand on the outside, that chain lock looks convincing. But we're speaking energetically here, right? So make sure to include yourself, especially if you want friendships and relationships. You're ready for them. You're ready to let the wheel turn. But you still need to drop some of these things you're clinging onto from the past that's making you feel like an outsider, that's making you have the mindset that you're not included. Even though this is showing me you're ready. You do have friends that care about you. You do have choices in love. You're literally not letting yourself in the gate. Wow. Okay, so I showed you clinging to the past, which is a 5. I showed you the outsider, which is a 5 card. I just looked bottom of the deck. Nothingness came up, which is a 5 card. 555, Scorpio. Major changes. But you have to let those changes happen. So, Scorpio, you have a lot of wonderful things that the universe is trying to bring you. You have to look at where you are. If some of these things aren't happening, and then you're letting yourself feel even worse about it, feeling even more put on the outside, maybe you don't talk to a lot of your old friends. Maybe there's an ex that still pops up on your mind all the time. Maybe, you're feeling left out because some of the new friends that you've made also have other new friends. And they didn't necessarily say they didn't want to spend time with you or they didn't want to do these things. It's just they got other stuff going on too, right? So don't put yourself in this void of nothingness. Don't be depressing, Scorpio. You've got beautiful things here. You have the Wheel of Fortune, you have ripeness, you have celebration, and you have the Lovers. And then you have your 555 here. So when we change our mindset, so Scorpio, when you're writing your intentions and goals, make sure that you're writing them down in a way that these are things you're going to allow. You're going to be in the right mindset to make these moves forward. You're going to let the wheel turn because you're ready. You're going to go celebrate with friends. You're going to feel joy and love. Instead of maybe you even do have these opportunities that come up for you. Maybe you've had several people that have offered some of these things that you're telling the universe that you want, but you're not living the energy that would allow that to come in. You're living in this 555 energy. Depressed, sad, lamenting, feeling left out. A lot of the messages have come up about the mindset in order to allow these manifestations to come in, haven't they? So, Scorpio, you got some really good stuff. Change your mindset a little bit about it. Heal those things from the past that are making you feel stuck, because you got 555. Changes. Things are changing. If you let it, you can stay stuck on the outside of that gate, holding on to these feelings of nothingness. You're welcome to stay there. I wouldn't suggest it for you. Wouldn't suggest it for any of my patients, any of my clients, any of my friends. I'd be the one on the celebration card asking you to come out. Right? And this is so beautiful too. Like, look at this. Dancing literally in the rain. I love dancing in the rain. Scorpio, you're ready. You're ready to change these things. These good things are you're supposed to be manifesting these good things now. The universe keeps trying to bring them to you, but you're not letting the changes happen first. So reflect, set new intentions and goals, speak with positive mindset about what's really going on around you. Let's say you want to make new friends. Are you doing anything to make new friends? Let's say you have a bunch of wonderful friends and you're upset that you haven't heard from them. Call them. Invite them out somewhere. Don't stand on the outside of the gate watching what other people are doing, comparing yourself to their situation, thinking their situation is so much better than yours when it's probably not. Anyway, and even if it is, it's their mindset around it, right? Your mindset's holding you back. So whatever you want to manifest, wheels turning for you, Scorpio, but not until you let that 555 change happen. Get out of the void, out of the nothingness, get out of holding on to past loves, friendships that you grew out of. Let yourself expand. What does the angel deck have for Scorpio on new moon? The Magician, so we had ripeness, you're ready. So the Magician, you're ready. You're ready, Scorpio. That 555, it's happening for you. And 5 of Earth in the reverse. So literally you got the same card that came out, because let me show you. In 2 different decks, they look different, but it means the same thing. It's the same thing. So the outsider is technically similar to the 5 of Pentacles, which is the 5 of Earth, and you got the 5 of Earth in reverse. So coming out of that feeling of lack. So coming out of the feeling of lack and being left out. Right? So you got that in the reverse. So come out of that. Let those changes happen. It's all in your mindset. You're ready, Scorpio. When you're writing down what you want and when you're thinking about what you want, make sure you're speaking it, writing it, feeling it, all in a positive manner. And also what I got from the Magician is also just remembering that life is magical. right? Remember that there's so much beauty going on around you, and you can make anything happen. You can manifest anything you want. It's up to you. That was very promising, Scorpio. It basically just told you can do whatever you want. You can have whatever you want. We're sitting here waiting on you to catch up. We're waiting on the way you think to catch up with what we're trying to bring you. That was cool. So we're going to move on to Sag. All right, Sagittarius. What does Sagittarius need to look at with new moon manifestations? New moon manifestations for Sagittarius. All right, Saggy. New moon manifestations for Saggy. Okay. Going with the flow. The 10 card, which is change, which is the Wheel of Fortune. I thought we just had that, but it was different. I don't know. So the 10 card, change. And then the 4 card here, which is the Rebel. Now, I feel Emperor energy off of this, with this being a 4. But the Rebel. So a couple different things. So Saggy, you may have been going with the flow for a while on things, but the Wheel of Fortune is getting ready to change and turn in your favor, and you're going to rebel against some of that level of going with the flow because it's just not what you see for yourself anymore. And bottom of the deck is new vision. So what I want my Saggies to do, and when they're writing their intentions and goals, look at where you've been stagnant. Think about the new things that you want to bring into your life. And know that you're going to make them happen. And I'm talking about new visions. Not manifesting old shit that doesn't need to be in your life anymore. Right? The wheel's turning. We have change. This is not trying to focus on bringing in old stuff. This is you focusing on the new stuff that you want in your life. Things that maybe you've held yourself back from in the past so that you could go with the flow, not make waves. But now they're saying the wheel's turning. It's your turn. You've got to be a rebel. You've got to make sure that you put things out there the way that they're going to not only resonate for you, but the way that's going to allow you to have this new beginning. I think that your new vision, Saggy, what you want for yourself and the way that you see things and the way that you're changing some of this, when you're writing out like your vision and your goals, I'm getting a lot of goals setting for Saggy. Not so much as much like manifesting this in particular. I'm getting like actual goal setting. And your new vision is going to be received well when it's time to put it out there. Once you have become the master of your own mind. And you're going to rebel against the masses. And you're not going to go with the flow anymore. Because you realize with some of the way that you're thinking now with these new goals, that in order to let the Wheel of Fortune turn, in order to allow those changes in your destiny, you're not going to be able to just sit back and go with the flow anymore. Write out some goals, Saggy. I like that for you. Anything from the angel deck for Saggy? Angel deck, what do you have to say to Saggy on the new moon? What do you have to say to Saggy on the new moon? New moon manifestations for Saggy. Eight of Air, which is that self-imprisonment, that being stuck, right? It's the illusion of being trapped. So you were just going with the flow. And you had all these new ideas and these new goals and visions for what you want your life to be, right? But now's the time to let the wheel turn as you write out these new goals and you manifest bringing your vision into reality. And you know that you're going to have to be a little bit of a rebel. But what's been keeping you stuck from these new things is actually you being afraid to take action, you being afraid to be the rebel, to let the wheel turn because you're trying to just go with the flow and not make waves. It reminds me of a quote that I like that talks about every genius is a little bit of a madman, right? So if you want things to take a good turn, you may have to go against the flow a little bit because that's what's going to create the aspect of other people receiving your ideas and your vision as, well, oh, that's not the norm, but maybe it's much better than the norm. And don't stifle yourself because you're just trying to not make waves and you're holding yourself back because you're like, oh, that wouldn't be received well. Oh, that goes against the norm. A lot of beautiful things when they first started went against the norm. That's how we continue to make changes in our life. That's how we let the wheel of fortune turn. All right. Good luck, Saggy. Write out goals, Saggy. Okay. On to my Capricorns. So, new moon manifestations for Capricorn. What does Osho Zen Tarot have to say to my Capricorns for new moon manifestations? New moon manifestations for Capricorn. Okay. Bottom of the deck is the Fool. Interesting. I'm getting a lot off of this, but for you, Capricorn, we have control. Kind of looks like Megatron. So we have control, Capricorn. Okay, for one, earth signs like control and stability, especially Capricorns. I love you guys. Very stable energy. I like being around Capricorns. Very stable energy. But when you're looking at manifesting new things into your life and what you want to bring in, if you're trying to control situations, people, things, or even the way that they happen or the time frame that they happen in, right? It's going to lead to too wide open third eye, which is going to lead to actually more anxiety because when you realize you don't have control, you're going to start fearing things, right? And then the root chakra is imbalanced as well. So Capricorn, it started with control and then it went to compromise, comparison, and turning in. So when you're looking at your manifestations and what you want to bring in with this new moon, especially being the new moon in Libra, which is about balance, make sure that you do compromise on certain things and not try to control the situation. Make sure when you're speaking and writing out your intentions that you're writing them in a way that's going to allow for that and not demand that. Also, we never want to compare ourselves to others, right? If you're trying to manifest something and your whole goal is surrounded beating somebody else or feeling better than somebody else, only compare to yourself to try to be your best and even better every day, to gain new perspective, to learn more. So I want you to look at this with the comparison card. That's bamboo versus this big, like, I don't know what type of tree it is, oak tree or something. But you're looking at the thick wood and the bark, the thick trunk versus the bamboo. Well, bamboo doesn't compare themselves to that tree trunk. Bamboo's like, I don't need to compare myself to you. I am actually wonderful and perfect just the way I am. I don't need to feel like I'm skinnier than you, like, oh, this tree is really strong. Do you know how strong and resilient bamboo is? So it doesn't matter. They're both wonderful and they both have beautiful attributes and they both have strength. But also the bamboo has flexibility, right? So we're not going to compare these two things because they both have their own wonderful attributes. They both can be used in different ways and different times where it's going to be more beneficial. So make sure that you're not comparing yourself to others or wanting something that someone else has or wanting what you think somebody else has, right? Because that's just your view of what their reality is. Don't try to be too controlling. Be there and make sure that you're compromising on things so that they can come in. If you are just saying to the universe, I want to be bigger, stronger, better than everybody else and have all power. Go back in. Reassess. That's not going to manifest the way you want it to. So this for your message, Capricorn, it's mainly about kind of adjusting the way that you're writing intentions or adjusting the way that you're setting goals. Because if you're setting goals from a negative standpoint of not feeling good enough or not feeling control, the universe is not stupid. The universe knows that. They know how you really feel about it. So it doesn't matter if you wrote it 100 times. They're like, you're not coming from a good place. We're not doing shit about that. Come from a good place of balance. Being able to take the leap of faith moving forward on something because you trust in it. Because you're only comparing your good ideas and your visions to yourself, not to everyone else and what they've done. So before you write some of these intentions, or as you are continuously trying to manifest some of these things you want in your life, make sure you're doing it from a place of internal peace and internal knowing that you're not comparing yourself to anybody. You're not comparing your ideas to anybody. You're not comparing your level of financial wealth to anybody. That you're compromising, right? And not controlling. Okay, what about Angel Deck? Does Angel Deck want to say? Okay. renewal and Three of Fire. So renewal, which I believe is Judgment card in tradition. Yeah. A favorable assessment, review and evaluate. And Three of Fire. So, you know, with the Three of Fire, there's a lot of ways that you can talk about this card, but one of the things, especially when it comes to new moon manifestations, that I want to point out here for you, Capricorn, is if you're not willing to compromise and you're comparing yourself to others, and you want to feel in control of a situation and when it's coming in for your life, you need to review and evaluate your real goals. And the new moon's a perfect time to do that. But with the Three of Fire here, sometimes we're just waiting on things to come in, but we're not doing anything about it. And sometimes we start to lose hope and faith that these things are even going to come in because it's not coming in the way that we wanted it to. We don't have control over it. Or maybe the universe was asking us to kind of compromise on something else, but we stood firm and wanted to have control over something. And well, this person's business took off in only 2 months. Why hasn't mine? Or, this person has XYZ. When's it coming in for me? You're not a great energy to manifest in if any of that is going on for you guys. But the Three of Fire is not only about setting things up so that the good things can come in, right? This is all about manifestations in the Three of Fire, knowing that the universe is going to provide what you need, what you deserve, what you want, if you're in the right position to receive it. So make sure you're in the right position. So it's time to move forward on something, but you have to be hopeful that this is actually going to come in and not try to control. So maybe, Capricorn, some of the things that you might just want to reflect on and write down are, I release the need to control situations. I trust that the universe brings things in at the exact right time for me. I invite in abundance. I allow for a good flow of energy. I hear others and I am heard, right? With the Compromise card. Another quote that I absolutely love is, she compares herself to no one, so nobody compares to her. And that aspect of, not comparing ourselves to anyone other than ourselves, right? So if someone is trying to compare themselves to you and that affects the way they feel about themselves, okay, that doesn't affect how I feel about myself, because I'm not trying to compare myself to you, and or would I? And I only compare myself to who I am and who I've been and where I've been and what I can do to move forward, right? Am I learning my lessons I'm supposed to learn in this lifetime, moving forward on the path I'm meant to be on? And I know good things are coming in because I trust in the process and I'm not trying to control it. Three of Fire is about making long-term plans and then setting yourself up in the right position, having the right mindset, having hope and faith, and knowing that things look good and things are going to come in. You've got a lot of greatness, Capricorn. A lot of greatness coming in for you. Look at some of that. Reevaluate some of the goals you've been making and make sure you're not comparing that you're allowing for things to come in when they're meant to, and that you're not trying to control the way that this is going to go. All right, on to Aquarius. Okay, Aquarius. New moon manifestations for Aquarius. What does Aquarius need to look at or focus on with their new moon manifestations? Aquarius, new moon manifestations. Aquarius. The Miser, the 4 card, which is the 4 of Pentacles, typically. The Miser. Breakthrough. The Outsider. This card came out several times already. So for anyone that has been watching this whole time, let me remind you that a lot of people are dealing with this. Okay? It's not just you. You're not the only one. You're not by yourself. It's a mindset. You don't have to stay in it if you don't want to. And totality. So, Aquarius, I want you to focus on some of your healing while you're setting goals and you're looking at what you're trying to invite into your life. Are you holding on to things that at one point brought you happiness but no longer do? Are you living a lack mentality? Are you not allowing yourself to heal? Maybe you're pity partying yourself, or, not being able to give to certain situations that would bring you a lot of joy because you're holding on to what you think you need to hold on to, or what you think is the only thing you have, right? Aquarius, focus on your healing. That was on the bottom of the deck. So I want you, when you're writing your goals and setting intentions, I want you to focus on the healing. I easily release things that no longer serve me. I allow myself to heal. I feel joy. Because also, and I kept getting that with I feel joy. Aquarius, I want you to write that down. I give and receive love. I feel joy. Because I don't know if you can see it with the color tones here, but this card reminds me also of the heart chakra. Not only is the 4 representative of the 4th chakra, which is the heart, but there's so much green in this card, in this picture. And maybe you are holding on to what you think is going to bring you joy, and you're living a lack mentality, a poverty mentality, just holding on to these things, but none of that's bringing you any joy. So you may need to actually open your heart up a little bit and be a little bit more charitable with your heart space, at least, to give and receive love and to truly feel joy. You're going to have a breakthrough, and I want you to focus on, with your intention setting, a breakthrough in your healing, to be able to open your heart, to be able to feel joy, to not feel like people are against you or you're living in a lack poverty mindset, so you have to hold on to everything you have as close as you can. allow that to heal. Heal the heart chakra. So for anyone that this resonates with, Aquarius, I want you to actually write out as one of your intentions, as one of your I am statements, I give and receive love. I feel joy. It's a heart chakra mantra. Allow yourself to feel the connection. Allow yourself to heal. Oh my gosh. I showed you the healing card before, but I just realized they have the heart chakra illuminated on the healing card. So I want you to manifest bringing more joy and compassion and kindness into your life, as well as feel that way so you can actually put off that energy. If you're feeling not loved, know that that is actually still resonating with the energy you're putting off. And so even if someone came and tried to give you love, would you receive it? Would you accept it? Is your heart even open? Or are you going to deny it because you feel like an outsider? Open the heart chakra, Aquarius. All right, let's see if the angel deck has anything to say to my Aquarius. New moon manifestations for Aquarius. New moon manifestation for Aquarius. It's always interesting the way they choose to. Yes, get out there and go do more things. Page of Fire. Feel joy again. Give and receive. Open the heart. So Page of Fire. So that outgoing, creative, confident, really creating the life you want. This is the manifestations, right? So Aquarius, if you want more love in your life, if you want more joy in your life, make it happen. Choose to use your ingenuity to create the life you want. And unity. So the Hierophant in the traditional deck. So what I just picked up too is with a family situation, with a committed situation that you're already in, Aquarius. Maybe you've been feeling a little hurt and not really feeling a lot of joy and love from those that you're committed to, or those in your family, or those in your religious group or spiritual groups. And this is saying, seek out mentors and like-minded friends. So as you go and try to, create the life you want, you may want to take a look at some of those traditional viewpoints and methods. So maybe you want to make some new friends that you can get along with, that are going to bring joy to your life. So maybe you've been hurt in the past and you closed off your heart chakra. So now as you try to manifest what you want into your life, but your heart's not open and you're not feeling joy and you're not surrounding yourself with the right people that match for you. So go find your soul family. Go do something new, Aquarius. Manifest the life you want by being creative and going and doing something new. Open your heart back up. Find your soul family. And really focus on the healing as you look at what you're trying to create in your life. Okay, Pisces. Pisces. New moon manifestations for Pisces. And I believe the full moon that we just had a couple weeks ago was in Pisces. It was like a full moon in Pisces. And then now we have the new moon in Libra. Yeah. So Pisces, you may have just actually closed out a cycle. You may, hopefully, you just closed out a cycle that was supposed to close. You just released a bunch of things that were no longer supposed to be a part of your life. So now, Pisces, you want to reassess and set new intentions and new goals with the new moon moving forward. If you released what didn't serve you, what do you want now? Tell the universe what you want, Pisces. Know what you want. Tell the universe what you want. While coming from a balanced place. New moon manifestations for Pisces. Okay, I'm getting it now. I was like, what? So, silence in the reverse. Slowing down in the upright. Such a beautiful picture. In a sense, mind. Look at this guy's mind, or girls, or whatever this robot thing is. Look at that. Think about the mental anguish that this person's going through. There's so much on their mind. Followed by exhaustion. So Pisces, with the new moon manifestations for you, I think there's a lot of talk. There's a lot going on. You're not feeling centered, and maybe a lot of people are giving you their input. Maybe you've got a lot of thoughts going on. Your mind is racing. You're freaking exhausted by everything that everyone expects of you. So Pisces, I'm going to go back to self-care as something that you should focus on for the new moon as well. Slowing down a little bit, right? Cut out the mind chatter. Listen to yourself. But when you recognize that your thought pattern is scattered and your own thoughts are exhausting you and you're not getting any level of peace, clear that away. Slow down and clear that from your head. Focus on that level of innocence, right? You know the saying that ignorance is bliss? Don't let some of those things clog your mindset. So go back to the innocent thoughts of what's going to bring you joy. What do you really like? What do you want your life to be? Because you were working on something, you were releasing a lot of burdens the last time we did a video. But now I think you just got so much going on that you're actually exhausted and your mind is scattered. And this is telling you for your new moon manifestations, you want to focus on self-care. You want to slow things down. You want to clear the clutter. Take a break. Take time for yourself. And bottom of deck, I want you to focus on harmony. Harmony within your own mind, right? Look at that. You create the life you want. That's what we're manifesting. We're manifesting whatever we want in this life. But if you don't feel harmoniously and at peace within your own body, then, and it feels like this to fucking be in your head, okay. So use this time for yourself to set goals surrounding what you want to create. You want this harmonious place. Have your body and your mind to be a place you enjoy visiting, you enjoy being. So I want you to focus on, clearing the clutter, slowing down your life just a little bit. Things were moving really fast for a minute there, weren't they? you were coming up with all these great ideas. You were working really hard. You had so much going on, so many people you needed to do things for. But now you're like, whoa, I just released a lot. I just did a lot. This is where I'm at. My mind, I feel like I'm losing it. I'm exhausted. If you don't take this time for yourself to focus on harmony and slow down a little bit, you're going to burn out. Don't do that to yourself. You might have done that to yourself in a past life. And now you're kind of starting to do it again in this lifetime. But you can create this harmonious place for you to live when in your head, right? This is not where you want to be. Do any of you want to be here? Any of you? Any of you think you might enjoy living in this space? Make sure you don't manifest that, okay? As you set intentions and manifestations, make sure you're being realistic about how you want your life to be. So if you're writing down and manifesting all of these things, you want this, and this. Can you handle all of that? Do you want to handle all of that? Is it truly what you want? Is everything, if you tried to bring in everything you wanted right now, do you think this would be a peaceful place? So slow down a little bit, Pisces. As you're manifesting, think about, the universe is going to bring this in at the right time. Don't be too hasty and don't be too harsh on yourself. Hi, puppy. My dog would also like to tell you, Pisces, not to be too hasty with yourself. See, literally, we were in this. Come here, say hi. Come here. He's looking around like, who am I going to say hi to? He didn't understand the concept of the video. So he felt this energy too, right? My dog hates conflict. I'm telling you, I started speaking on this energy and he came running in here to bark. So I want you to think about this, the mind and the exhaustion. For all you're trying to bring into your life, don't create this as a way of thinking it's going to make you happy. This is not going to make anyone happy. So give yourself the time that you deserve. Create this harmonious space for yourself. Yes, baby. We're on Pisces. He's a Taurus. Come here. So Pisces, basically, I think this is pretty clear. You just need to make sure what you're manifesting is actually something that's going to be harmonious for you and not create. Don't push yourself too hard to be all of these things when you really just, where you truly want to be and what you truly want in life is going to be so much more laid back and harmonious than that. So look at some of your goals and whether or not they're actually going to bring you joy. Are your goals going to bring you joy? Because remember, I was talking about living in that lifestyle and the mindset already as if what you wanted was already here. So if you're looking at some of the things that you're telling the universe you want, and that's going to create that scatter fuck shit energy that's going to exhaust you, is it truly what you want? Is it going to make you happy? So manifest things that are going to bring a harmonious energy in for you. All right, one more card from the angel deck for my Pisces, and then I will let you guys all go and go do your manifestations, do some reflection, take a bath, Make sure to charge your crystals. You can put some like water and salt in a bowl with your crystals. And then also set them outside as well. I usually soak mine in salt water outside during the new moon and the full moon. But anyway, angel card deck for you, Pisces. Last message of the evening for the new moon. What does my Pisces need to see for new moon manifestations? Awakening. So look at what you really want. Come out of that headspace, that clutter. Come out of that and look at what truly is going to bring a level of peace into your life and manifest that. So, if you're working really hard for something to happen in your life and you keep trying to manifest it, but at the end of the day, not only are you left like this, but even if it came into your life, you'd be left like this. Look at things from a new perspective. What's truly going to bring you joy? What does the universe really want for you? And what would actually be a blessing? Some people manifest things that are actually not blessings. Don't do that to yourself. Look at how would my life be with this in my life and live that way, right? Because if you're trying to manifest things that are just way too much for you, way too much for anyone to handle, or trying to be too much or be everywhere for everything and everyone, look at it from a different perspective, because it's still more important for you to have a level of, it's important for you to be yourself and for you to have a level of peace and harmony in your life. And the universe wants that for you. So sometimes when the universe doesn't bring in what we are wholeheartedly trying to manifest, it's because they know that's not right for you. They know you'd be miserable. They're like, I know you don't see it now or appreciate it now, but believe me, we did you a favor. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching tonight. The timestamps will be up in the comments section here in a little bit, but please make sure to take some time to reflect, look at where you are, appreciate where you are, appreciate all that you've done so far to get to where you are. Go easy on yourself, have a little grace. Make sure that as you write down intentions and manifestations that you're coming from a good energy and that you're imagining what that would be like with it in your life already and then living that energy. Focus on things that resonate with the energy that you're in. And if you're not in the energy to bring that in, focus on what you need to do to heal, to achieve that level of energetic balance, to be able to attract what you truly want in your life. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you guys would like to give any donations or gratitude, you're welcome to. I always appreciate that. I have my information for Venmo, CashApp, PayPal, all of that in the description box. And if you like this video, please let me know in the comments. Make sure to comment appropriately. If you guys like some of the shadow work, some of the more spiritual tarot readings that I do that have a lot more to do with personal healing and personal growth, let me know that, because I enjoy doing the readings either way. I enjoy doing all of the love readings, all the career stuff. I enjoy doing all of that. But if you want me to focus on spiritual growth and healing and things like that, and you get the most out of those videos, let me know so I can make sure to incorporate at least one of those every month. I love you guys. Set intentions, set goals, reflect, focus on healing, and create the life that you want. Much love. Have a great night.